what we're going to do is, so first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to rank the players from 1 to 10, but at the same time. So Ben, I'm gonna go through a whole team, and we're just gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then after 1, we're gonna say not 3, 2, 1, go 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna say our number that we're gonna give them. So let's say 6 is average.
Yeah.
Below 5.
6 is massive, isn't it?
Yeah. To be fair, that is pretty big. I'd say about 3.5 is probably average, isn't it? Yeah. Let's say 6 is the average, and then 1 to 10. Start with Ange Postecoglou. Okay, ready? Oh wait, are we doing 0.5s or what?
I was just thinking that. That was the exact thought that went through my head. Chuck a point. If you want to chuck a 0.5 in there, chuck a 0.5.
Cheeky 0.5. Okay. And we're not going to piss about and say like 0.2 and shit.
No. 0.5 or
round it up. Yeah. Okay. I'll actually give him a 8.1. Okay, Ange Postecoglou, ready? 3, 2, 1, 8.5.
Ooh.
Pretty close. Okay, so why 8?
It's just been a breath of fresh air, isn't it? It's just been brilliant, and there is so much more to come. There's been a few bumps in the road and there's been a few negatives, but yeah, he's the right manager, 100%. It can't be a 10 and it can't be a 9 because we have if we got into the Champions League, it'd be a 9, 100%. Could even be a 10, but I'm gonna give him an 8.
I've never felt this way about a manager. Like for the first season as well, and the amount of things he's put to bed about the perception of him, and you know what? Even Poch didn't have this mentality. I don't know. I mean, you were going somewhere under Poch, it really felt like that.
Yeah,
but he never showed that winning mentality that Postecoglou's shown. Postecoglou looks ruthless, and Pochettino always had a little bit of fragility to him. There was a little bit of vulnerability, but yeah, Postecoglou was pretty bulletproof, to be fair. Okay, you ready? Vicario. And you got to throw in the context, obviously. We've spoken about this so many times for Postecoglou. Vicario, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I need to think. 3, 2, 1, 7.5.
Ooh.
Okay. Decent.
Yeah, I'd go an 8. Why 8? He's had a couple of shaky moments, but again, I think there's been a lot of lazy, almost punditry around that. And actually, I think when you talk about set pieces and stuff and him not being brave enough to come off his line and all that crap, but it's just it's more about, I think, a defensive unit rather than him as an individual. Look, there have been things that he could have done better. I think he has looked uncomfortable for crosses at times from corners, but I think it's been an excellent signing. And again, when you kind of factor in the context of the price tag as well, I think it's got to be an 8.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when we signed him, remember the whole sort of the discourse of us not signing Raya? And then when we went for Vicario, there was compilations, again, writing him off, just like Postecoglou was written off. There was compilations of every goal he conceded. And then someone was like, all right, I'll fucking do the same to David Raya just to put a bit of perspective on it. And everyone was like, oh, fair. Goalkeepers.
He's actually a good goalkeeper.
Yeah. But a lot of the same recurring themes was corners, not coming off his line, sticking to the... And I think this is something that he's had to adjust throughout the Premier League, and he's not used to doing that. But he's not helped by... it'll be interesting to see next year, say we recruit a lot of big players in the summer, because that's the sort of meta at the moment. Be interesting to see how he copes in that area, being surrounded by big blokes and the personnel around him. But unbelievable. I mean, finally, Lloris's successor. But it's not even just that; it's the mentality he shows on the pitch and the passion he shows, and for your first season and being 27 for 16 mil, fuck me, it's unbelievable. Fraser, are we going to do Fraser Forster? Nah, fuck that off. Dragusin, he's obviously played. He hasn't played too much, but from what you've seen so far, really quick.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, 6. Yeah, pretty average. He had a really good performance against City. Promising sign, but I don't know. There's not much to judge him off. Emerson Royale. 3, 2, 1, 5. Yeah, why?
Tries, doesn't he? He does try.
Yeah, he does. I mean, it's you got to put in perspective that shift he put at centre back.
Yeah,
he's looked more comfortable at centre back in this system than a left back. He's looked very
Or a
fragile,
right-
which is
or a right back.
or a fucking right back. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's so limited, but he really did. He did himself proud playing centre back.
Yeah.
And obviously, we were so much worse off with it, but he can't help that. He did his best, and yeah, I'd say a 5, and good luck to him at AC Milan.
Yeah.
Romero. Oh fuck! 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 9.5.
Oh no! Why did I say 8?
8. Why did
I say 8, mate? I didn't mean that.
Change it.
Go on, no, do it again.
Okay.
I didn't mean that. Why did I say 8?
This is the real quiz. 3, 2, 1, 9.5. Okay. Why 9?
Because he's been our. Look, we're gonna do our awards after this. He's been excellent. He is the most underrated centre back in Europe. Period. He's absolutely fantastic and has really stepped up for Spurs this season. So for me, yeah, massively overlooked in terms of best centre back in the league shouts as well. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying that he's in that conversation. But yeah, superb. Yeah, absolutely.
It's the leadership he's shown, and it's like it actually just fucking gets you going. Like the passion he shows for the shirt and how he's taken that role onto the pitch, and he's just played with a different type of swagger and a different type of confidence this season. And obviously, it's because I mean, we're playing in a season where we get to see the best of him. He's not fucking one player next to Dyer and Sanchez and who else, Longley, and and two, because he's not parked inside his own box. He's actually able to express himself, and you can see the enjoyment he has in doing that, in playing up the pitch and going on mental runs and being allowed to have that freedom in his defending to express how good he actually is. And yeah, he has gone under the radar, but his time will come when people will think, fuck me, Romero, like he's someone to be scared of. And what is he, only 26, 27, 26, fuck me. I mean, his potential is scary. Pedro Porro, 3, 2, 1, 8.5.
7.5.
Okay. So why 7.5?
I think his performances towards the back end of the season haven't been quite as strong. He's been one of our best players, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's harsh. Maybe 7.5 is harsh. I mean, 7.5 is still really good, but I think I can't quite go that high. I don't think. I think he's been great, but yeah, 7.5.
Yeah, I mean, 8.5, 7.5. I just think I think his attacking numbers has been outstanding, but he's improved so much on his defensive work, and he took everyone by surprise at the beginning of the season. Everyone was even writing him. There's a common theme with players being written off, and that could be Ange's philosophy and character rubbing off on him. All these players have been written off in the last few years, or in the system. Porro was written off in the system. The only person I knew that supported him or said he was going to be in doing well in the system was John Bass from the Fighting Cock. He was saying he's a right back. He can play right back. He can do it. And everyone was going, he's not good enough defensively. He's been fantastic, but yeah, there's been a few vulnerabilities to him that's been shown recently. But mate, he's played. How many games has he played? How many games? And next year, hopefully, we have a little bit of rotation or that proper competition. Because Emerson Royale's been his deputy, so there's been such a reliance, and he's dealt with that pressure well, and that the physical demands well.
Yeah. Do you remember the start of the season when everybody was saying that, like, if we can't play a Doggy and Porro, like we've got to play Emerson, or like we've got to play Porro and Davis, or like Emerson and a Doggy?
Yeah.
Like,
who would have thought?
Not me.
That'd be Ben Davis. 3, 2, 1, 10.
6.5. Oh,
so, no. I'd say about 7. I think 7.
Yeah, steady Eddie. General Ben.
Really reliable.
He did his job.
Yeah, he did. That's his job. He did himself proud, actually, Ben Davis. And again, a lot of people wrote him. Actually, to be fair, a lot of people thought he'd be quite good in the system. He hasn't really been. He's been playing the majority of his time filling in left back, and he's been unbelievable when he has played. But Van der Ven, 3, 2, 1, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just pretty flawless, isn't he?
Which, again, I'm not going to say who my player of the season is, but that might surprise you that I've given him a 10. But I just think in terms of the way that he's adapted to the league, I don't necessarily think he has been our best defender, but I just think for, again, the kind of context around it at the start in terms of like, people didn't think that he might adapt to the Premier League that well. He was seen as the cheaper option. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal. He's not really put foot wrong at all in any game he's played. And our win, other than the kind of the last few weeks, but going into those games, the kind of win percentage without him in the team and with him in the team, like it's just such a different side. So I think up until that game up until the run where we'd lost that 4 on the bounce, it was like, I think we'd only lost one game in the league where he played 90 minutes, which was Wolves at home. So yeah, he's incredible.
You know what's amazing is when rival fans are saying, or commentators are just being like, this guy is unbelievable. And I mean, I know he's very flashy and very aesthetically like pleasing. So people are going to pick him up. Yeah. No points, 0 points. But that's such a good feeling because you're thinking people can see the potential see the potential in this partnership. And when you go from Clement Longley, and I know he got Champions League football with Aston Villa, but fuck me, was he a shit footballer? I mean, okay, he was all right, but if you imagine him playing in a high line, Jesus Christ,
but I'd tread in water.
Oh my God, it would. I'd rather Nicholas Sewell from Dortmund. After the photos emerged of him today, I'd rather him.
The pregnant centre half.
Generally, like what an upgrade and what a player. A doggy. 3, 2, 1. 8.5. 9. Yeah. The word on a doggy then.
Yeah, he's been the best fullback for me. I think he's been superb. I absolutely love him. I think he's got real kind of unlimited potential, really. I think he's been superb. Again, the way he's taken to the Premier League. Look, Porro had a bit of a shaky first few months last season, but a doggy has come in younger. Again, I don't want it to come across as like I don't rate Porro as much, but a doggy for me is he's just unbelievable. I love him. So I think he's had an amazing season. It's just such a shame that how it kind of ended for him, really. But yeah,
I think people are realizing how much of a miss he is when now he's not in the squad, and how I mean we've had to change the shape to accommodate for his loss. And he's integral to the system and the way he carries the ball into midfield. I mean, I don't know the stats now, but at one point he had the most dribbles in midfield, did he, in the Premier League, and from left back, and voted for young player of the season, young Premier League player of the season his first year. As a joke. Ollie Skip. Let's just bash through the last couple, but these next couple quick is Oliver Skip 3, 2, 1, 5. Yeah. He sort of he played okay in the invert, like in that fullback role, but overall, and Man United, he had a good game. He started the first game against Brentford, but I think he'd be disappointed with this season, and it's not like he's been bad. It's just. He's not really had that consistent run of games, has he? Højbjerg 3, 2, 1, 6. Yeah, I think he's been.
He's actually been pretty decent. Yeah, he's been pretty decent whenever he's played as well. To be fair.
Yeah, I mean he still has Højbjerg moments, but
like Tuesday.
But I mean you can't ask for anything more than if you're unhappy at a football club, you're going out and you're wearing a shirt and you're dying for the players around you and your manager and put 100% effort in, and that's very rare nowadays to have a mindset like that when you're unhappy.
Yeah.
Not throwing his toys out the pram. Everyone knows he's not going to be happy with the gameplay, but he's done his lot. If this is his last season, he's done us proud, Højbjerg, in a Højbjerg way.
Your Pierre,
my warrior. Yeah. Bissouma 3, 2, 1, 7.
Yeah. I think Bissouma. I think. Well, we talked before about when I said I did my end of season awards video on TikTok, and one of my categories was overhated, and I don't think we're going to do it in our one, but Bissouma was really a consideration for me because I think that maybe we all went a little bit over the top on the criticism. I think a little bit. I thought it was excellent. Obviously, the first 10 games. Yes, we didn't quite see the same level, and I think it's a shame that he got injured for the last couple because I think he was getting back there. I think he was definitely getting back there. I think it's been a good season for Bissouma. Look, you do need to find that level of consistency with him, but he's an excellent player, and I think he's had a good season.
Yeah, he's a confident player, isn't he? I mean, I don't think I do worry about him next year. I do, but he is a confidence player, and when you can keep that sort of consistency around him, I think he thrives as well. He was thriving he was doing so well in the beginning of the season when he had such a solid foundation, and every single game we were playing with Van de Ven, Romero, Maddison, Sarr around him, Bissouma, and he had so much confidence. And all of a sudden, he started being a bit shaky with his performances, and then everything was dismantled around him. So when he was trying to fight for that form, he was then playing with Emerson Davis behind him, trying to collect the ball of them two. And there is a quality drop around him. But yeah, I think he has it in the locker to bounce back. And I do worry about him being a scapegoat, but I think he's a class footballer. He's class. Teams double up on him for a reason. James Maddison, 3, 2, 1, 8.
7.5.
7.5, yeah. What do you think about James Maddison? Do you reckon we've seen the best of James Maddison, or do you think he can get better?
No, I don't think we have. I hope we haven't. I really hope we haven't. Because again, excellent in those first 10 games. Haven't quite seen the same level of consistency since then. I think him and Bissouma are very much in the same ballpark, really. And I think you expect more because you know the quality that they do have. So it's been a shame to not see either of them at quite the level. But again, a little bit like Bissouma, I thought Maddison over the last few games has actually got back there or got near to being back to his best, I think. I think that rhythm is sort of catching up almost with him again, and actually, again, being left out the side for Chelsea and for Liverpool, I think maybe is a little bit of a rocket up the arse for him. So, yeah, no, I've enjoyed I thought Maddison was great against Burnley. I really enjoyed his performance. And I thought he was good against City as well. So I think he's ended the season strong. Hopefully goes out with a bit of a bang on Sunday because it's the sort of game where you think he could really thrive.
Yeah. Lo Celso, 3, 2, 1, 7.
5.
Really?
He's had his moments. He just really irritates me because it's there is so much there's so much quality there. But it's useless if you don't see it hardly any often. He's played over 100 games for Spurs, but played 9 full 90 minutes. It's not good enough. And again, it's hard to judge that off this season because he, like I said, I think he's played 22 games in the Premier League, off the bench and starting and stuff. And he has been good, but it's just really frustrating.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
No, definitely. Yeah.
Ryan Sessegnon, we're going to skip.
Yeah,
just to be nice to him.
Out of respect.
Out of respect for Ryan Sessegnon's fucking knees. Actually, what is his? Is it his ankles? What's his injuries? Kulusevski, 3, 2, 1,
6.5.
Yeah, I think he's been really average over the course of the season. He's been very, very average, and he doesn't fill you with a lot of excitement like he did. The beginning of the last season and last season. I mean, actually, last season he wasn't even that good either, to be honest.
He had moments. It's kind of been a bit similar to last season in the sense that he's had his moments and had some amazing performances. When you think of that run where we played City away, Forest away, he was incredible. He was immense. Unbelievable in that game. So and a bit like last season, you think about the lead time game and stuff like that. It was unbelievable. But yeah, more to come. It's been disappointing in terms of, again, the inconsistency. Again, he's played in a lot of different positions. But I think he's been good. But good but disappointing, I think, at times.
Because he could do more. He
can play.
Yeah. Matasar, 3, 2, 1,
9.
8.5, 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been unbelievable.
A bit of a shaky end to the season. I thought he was excellent on Tuesday, to be fair.
Yeah. False 9, mate. And not many players can shift the position like that.
Mate, he's got so much ability. He's frightening, the potential that he's got. I think it's been an amazing season for him personally. Look, he probably hasn't been a 9, but I think it's for him in terms of the context of where he's at in his career to consistently perform like that. He's been immense. So yeah, I've been really happy with Sarr.
Yeah. Rodrigo Bentancur, 3, 2, 1,
6.5.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen the best of him.
But
that's expected. We can't be too harsh on him.
No.
After that injury. Sonny.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1,
7.5. Well, maybe am I being a bit generous, or am I being?
No, because he has carried us through some certain games. It's just some games he's just disappeared, and
Yeah,
I think there's been a bit of a. I think he's confused on what his position is. I think Postecoglou's a little bit. He's flip flopped on it. I think the fans have flip flopped on it. The amount of debates that have come and gone of no, he's a fucking striker. No, he's a winger. I mean, we've had it ourselves, and
yeah.
and I still don't even know.
No,
I'm still changing my mind every 5 seconds on what he can play both. It's just what's his
yeah,
best position. I
yeah.
don't know.
I think the second half of the season, in terms of going away and for the Asian Games and stuff, has caught up with him a little bit as well, which is something that, you know, I know that we haven't had the demands of European football and stuff, but to have that, for him to, you know, his season was kind of disrupted through that. He has to travel a hell of a long way. You know, he's not getting any younger, is he either? I think he's had a good season, especially considering like kind of what he went through last year in terms of like the injuries and stuff that he had then and stuff. So no, but yeah. Again, disappointing at times, but been pleased with Sonny overall.
Yeah, brilliant captain, and he's going to lead us to something. He will.
Yeah.
Richarlison, 3, 2, 1,
7.
8, 7. Is that because he ain't been available?
Yeah, if he'd have been available
I forgot about the beginning of the season. Sorry, I just cut you off.
No.
What about him?
Yeah, if he'd have been available for basically 10 more games than he was, I think we'd be looking at an 8 or a 9, because I think he would have scored. You know, he's on 12 Premier League goals now, and if he'd have continued that kind of ratio over that period of form before he got injured again, then I think we would have seen at least a 16, 17, 18 goal season from him, pushing 20. So that's what's frustrating. And again, like, it makes the conversation around keeping him for next year a lot harder. But no, it's been a good season. So much better than last year.
Oh,
unbelievably different to last year.
We're saying that a lot about a lot of players, aren't we? But it just shows the transformation of the club. I mean, Richarlison, he's had like his form has been the and fuck me, can't speak. I'm having a stroke. The antithesis of the majority of our players, in the fact that he didn't start well when everyone was flying, and he's finished the season well flying, and everyone started to slow down. And I mean, he's been a shining light in 2024, in the fact that it's just before Christmas, he just come alive, like his form come alive, and obviously it's down to him. Most importantly, it's down to the actions he took off the pitch and the help he received, and for that sort of the mentality he's shown, I'll give him an 8. But he's been fantastic, and again, you're torn whether there's nothing about him that I think no, not good enough. It's his availability that concerns me, and whether he'll be happy being a striker off the bench if we bring in a number one, like a set in stone number one, because he's been rotating with Son up front, and that's not enough. It's not enough for the Premier League, and it's not enough, especially when we're in Europe next year. But I've loved Richarlison, especially the second half of the season for Richarlison. And then who's next? Werner, Timo Werner. 3, 2, 1, 6.5.
Yeah,
he's been fine. I wouldn't sign him. I don't think I'd sign him, but he's been fine. He was a good addition. Sort of helped us a little bit. Smart loan, but I don't think I'd sign him. Brennan Johnson. This would definitely split opinions on it. 3, 2, 1,
6.5.
7.5. 6.5. Why 6.5?
I think a good go between that is a 7. I think, like, as in, like, I think we're in like, as in, like, we both kind of feel similar. We're in the right kind of area. Like, I think again, the performances haven't necessarily stacked up to the like output, but I think that's what you expect from a player like that. Really, I think again, like, I think he's a bit of a victim of the hole in our squad for the need of like a dribbly 1v1 kind of pacey wing that's going to take people on. And I think a lot of people want him to be that when he's actually not that. He could grow into that over time, but he's better at attacking the space and being in the right position, which that's where he's been most effective. And again, when you look at the numbers that he's put on the board, it's hard to argue with him being a success so far. And there's a lot more to come. But I think, the performances at times haven't been quite good enough, but I think we're on the right path with Johnson 100%. So, yeah.
I think it's an interesting one because there was an expectation of an Ange winger when he come in, and Johnson weren't that. And we obviously signed him because of the opportunity there, homegrown numbers, and we'd obviously appreciate him for a long time. And Ange apparently really, really wanted him. But I think if the narrative on him would be completely reversed if he was signed this summer and not last summer. If we'd gone out and signed that dribbly winger which everyone expected us to do. And then we added Brennan Johnson. People would be going, look at what's going to happen. Brennan Johnson's going to be attacking that space. He's electric on the counter. He's going to be getting the ball run to the byline, etc. But I think the emphasis has been on the lack of what you're saying, the lack of that dribbling winger and that composure. Because he can be quite erratic. And it can be quite frustrating. But again, he's still trying to find his feet. Sometimes you can't hit the ground running. And there's been glimpses of what he can be for Spurs. And yeah, I'm hopeful for him. Lastly, Manos Solomon. Actually, there's two. Manos Solomon and Brian Gill.
Should we do them together?
Yeah.
They're basically the same, isn't
it? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. 11. 2, yeah.
What's that average out to? Like 6?
Yeah. Can we do minus? Yeah. I mean,
they've both been shit. Let's face it.
I'll always remember you, Manos Solomon, for your cameo against Burnley.
Yeah.
But it's time to go. No, I mean Brian Hill, Manos Solomon.
Same shit. Same shit. Different player.